Okay, folks, it's day 111, Saturday the 6th of February 2021. Um, just reporting in another day down. What did I do today? Well, I slept in a bit. Wasn't the greatest idea. I can get to that in a little bit why I think it's not the greatest idea, but um, I did get up. I got some studying done. Uh, got caught up on the reading assignment, so I'll have to watch some lecture videos just to kind of, fully get caught up. And then I can start up the homework. So that's kind of like my plan for the day, other than just, hanging out, eating good food, and, chilling, that sort of thing. Um, or maybe doing some other sort of reading. But other than that, I got out of the house and headed over to the local car dealership for my car. Because essentially what happened, this is something that happened several months back, and I wasn't able to really get around to it because of the pandemic being in full tilt. But my car was missing its back license plate with the had the registration stickers on it, and I first thought it was that it had fallen off because I'd had some issues with the screw before, not being able to tighten it enough with the hand screw. I thought that it had fallen off on the freeway or something like that, because I had to drive about 45 minutes to an hour to get to work, and then same distance back, and I thought that maybe along the way it had just fallen off. And part of that was because like my thinking was, you know why would somebody steal just one plate? And it's like, well, the reality is, it's that's the back plate that has the registration sticker on it, and essentially someone's trying to, like, commit some crime. They got their vehicle, they got a stolen vehicle, they want to have that plate with the registration stickers on it. They can put that on their car, and then they can essentially hide their identity behind your identity. And if the cops pull them over, so or find that stolen car, they'll think it's yours, and then you'll basically have to be answering for someone else's crime. But the pandemic was in full swing. DMV was shut down. What else? Pretty much everything was shut down, to the extent that I couldn't even like go and get new plates. I was able to take my registration online, which is why they just gave me a new set of stickers. I didn't have to pay for it again when I went and got the plates this time. But since things have been opened up again, I was able to go get the new plates. Same day, walk in, that sort of thing, with the form, and pay the, I think, $23 or so fee to replace those. But the thing is, I didn't have screws for it, so I went to the local car dealership, and they just set it up like that, and I put the stickers on the back, and came back, so got that issue taken care of. And for the last several months, it was kind of like, had the excuse that, oh, the pandemic is in full tilt and everything's shut down, and cops weren't going after people for missing license plates and things of that nature. It was only like if you were like basically breaking the speed limit or so. So, like, things have kind of changed. They've gone sort of back to somewhat kind of like the normal, quote unquote, normal or functional way, if you will, the old way of things being. So just kind of taking advantage of that to get that sorted out, because that's something that I just don't need hanging over my head. Whether it's the fine that I might get if I was pulled over, or if it was something even worse than that, even some sort of more significant violation that they would view it as, and then I'd dealing with some sort of consequences like that. Taking care of that, so I don't have that in the back of my mind. I can just focus on other things. So I got that taken care of. So two other topics I guess I could draw from this is, for one thing, stuff earlier in the day relating to Nofap. And one thing I found, as you further get onto Nofap, you deal with things like, morning wood and increased sensitivity, to any sort of quote unquote stimulus, if you will, when it comes to that aspect of life. So, pivoting back towards that. Um, and that's kind of why it's just not a good idea to lay in bed um, longer than you need to. If you've gotten your 7 to 8 hours of sleep, it's a Saturday, just get up. Get up and go, get yourself busy doing something productive. Because I woke up with, they call it morning wood. So it kind of, it kind of sounds like a funny term, if you will. But yeah, I had that. And then it was sort of like laying in bed and, you got your mind just waking up and you're kind of bored. And, I started thinking about a former coworker who, female former coworker who, it's kind of ironic because, like, as far as like her personality and such was concerned, like, definitely had issues and conflicts with her, but like physically speaking, I was kind of attracted to her. But started thinking about her, and it did not lead to a relapse. So I definitely had like some moments of like fantasizing, if you will, and yeah, that kind of put me in a dangerous spot. I rolled out of bed. I was like, okay, we're not doing this anymore. We know where this is going to lead to. So I got up and, um, I chilled for a bit on YouTube, just, listening to some podcasts or so. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to study. And I sort of utilized the activity of studying, reading up on applied engineering, biomechanics, getting my statics review, that sort of thing. Not only is, it's obviously something I'm trying to get done for the sake of my coursework, grades, education, career, that sort of thing, but I use it as a means of sort of like purifying my mind, if you will. I'm saying purify my mind, for lack of a better way of putting it, but essentially I sort of got myself focused on something else, and those other thoughts kind of, faded away. So when I did that, I actually got something done, and then I went and took a shower, and it wasn't the classic cold shower people, always talk about. It was like a hot shower, so I got to relax a bit. But then at the end, I decided to like shift it to cold. Turn the nozzle to cold, and I got like a little spritz of cold water, and I was, just like I'm gonna see what this does, and it helped. But then, I got done with that, um, grabbed myself up, got dressed, went out, and got this thing done with the license plate. So, we got some stuff settled. The second thing I can draw from all this is that, and this is where I'm, maybe talking a bit positive, if you will, but I guess it's a sort of concept of like appreciating others, or in particular, if you have, a positively masculine, conventionally masculine role model in your life. In my case, it's my father. Just appreciating having those people in your life, because one of the reasons I went and actually got this done, been dragging my feet for several months, was because my dad, he sort of kicked my butt to go and go and do this, kind of yelled at me a bit on the phone, but I was like, okay, fine, I'll go do it. I'll get it taken care of. I'm not gonna drag my feet any longer. I don't have any excuse, like, oh, that the DMV is closed down, or car dealership is closed down, or whatever. Um, so definitely appreciating having someone like that in your life who's willing to, um, willing to kick you in the butt when you need to get moving to go do whatever you need to go do, because if you have someone like that, one day they're just not going to be there. We all have our day that will no longer be on this earth, or be in this this life or so, and not only making the most of the time we have, but also appreciating those who take time to try and have a positive impact on our lives. Because it may have seemed like my dad was just getting angry at me or so, or being whatever, a jerk or whatever, but it's sort of like him getting angry because he cared, And so I went and took care of that, so that, he also wouldn't have to be worrying about, okay, what's going to happen to me if I get pulled over or something like that, Um, so, definitely have those folks in your life, appreciate them. I know I've talked in the past about, oh, that I had this toxic family situation, and, I did, but at the same time, like, I'm also of the mind that with a lot of folks, it's not that they're inherently evil or bad or so. They're just, like, in a desperate situation, and a lot of times it's sort of like things coming from left field that folks don't know how to handle or cope with it, and they fall back on what they know best, and sometimes that just isn't the most effective, thing to do. Hindsight is 2020, but as far as my dad's side of things is concerned, like, um, he's had a predominantly positive effect on me in reality. There are things that I've had to talk with him about, stuff that was done or happened in the past that I felt like I had to sort of get off my chest, because if things kept going in that direction or so, it was gonna, like, sort of not only cause negative, effects, but it would sort of continue a lot of the bad trends in the family that have been going on over the last decade. And I saw things as just not being sustainable in that direction, so I had to speak up and, speak my mind. But um, this today is an example of, like a reason I really need to appreciate having a father like him. Because we're all human. We all have our flaws and our shortcomings. We make our mistakes. We make our dumb decisions. But um, looking at my dad's life and his life trajectory and how he's, tried to do the best job he could, like, he's had an overwhelmingly positive effect. And a lot of the reason I'm here, with my degree, with my job, with this life I have, that I'm actually have, I have hope. I have hope to build something for the future is because of my dad. And gotta appreciate the fact that I've got a father like him in my life. So, anyways, it's day 111, and maybe, who knows, maybe a side effect of Nofap is getting that perspective, that you're no longer really in the trenches of your sort of compulsion, if you will, and you're able to sort of, like, lift your head up and look around and, see things maybe for what they are. But him, rest of my family, they're a lot of the reason why I'm trying to build a better future, why I'm trying to do what I'm doing, because I want to increase my capabilities. I want to, feed into that will to power, but a large part of feeding into that will to power, if you will, is because I want to give back, So anyways, like I said, day 111, Saturday, long video, rambled on for long enough, so I'm going to end this recording now and upload it, and I will see you folks around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to, partake of my journey through life. So I'll see you folks around. Thanks for watching. Bye.